Hi everyone, it's Catharine MacIntosh with Listed, and I'm so pleased today to be able to introduce you to Ziba Boveiri, who is with Royal LePage Signature Realty and works in Mississauga in North York. Welcome, Ziba.
Thank you so much for having me, Catherine. So it's nice to be with you.
Thank you. Now, do you want to talk to us a little bit about the area you work in and, what your client base is? Because I know you have buyers, sellers, and people who've leased.
Yeah. I'm working mostly in Mississauga and North York.
Excellent.
But I live in Mississauga for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
So.
And just before this interview, we were talking about one of the clients that you had previously when they were searching, and home ownership is so challenging when there's so few houses on the market, or the environment is hard to actually find the right place to own. They had, without listed, Googled or found other apps. And can you tell us about the situation where clients were looking for a property and kept missing it for various reasons because they hadn't listened to you about the price?
Nowadays you cannot live without technology, right? So everybody looking everywhere, whatever they want. Especially the house is the major decision, right? So they search more about it. Few of my clients that they looking around for finding the option to look, buy, or sell. One of my clients was looking in other apps and figure out that, this is the same estimate price. I need to put this offer. And when I show them that, no, the real price is not that, come use the app, see how much sold in that area,
right?
How many days they stayed there. It's not reasonable. And we try few for their offer price, right? Because they need to do it in a real life to figure out I am right, right? So because misleading data is everywhere.
So they were seeing the price. So you suggested one price. They were seeing an estimated price somewhere else.
Correct.
And the first couple times they went with the estimated price.
Correct.
And they lost it?
Yes, unfortunately lost it. Because, when a client insists in the price that they want to put it, as an agent, we are explaining everything. We try to protect them. We try to get whatever they want. But the last word is the client, right? If they don't want to go higher and they're not convinced to go higher, they're a first-time buyer, right? So you need to do it because they want to buy it cheaper. I want to buy it cheaper for them too, but cheaper is not always the right one.
Right, because they might miss it all altogether.
Yeah. Yes. And unfortunately, some of them sold the same price that I told them we need to go high that much, but they don't listen.
And in some cases, is that a very small amount? Like they were actually disappointed because it was only $10,000 or $20,000, which seems like a lot, but it's small when
Correct,
they could be missing the home that they really wanted.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. Some of them, yeah. But experience doesn't come easily, right? And it's not free even. Sometimes you need to pay to get experience.
Well, this is interesting because I think one of the things that I noticed and loved most about first meeting you was just, even when you were evaluating listed, you were constantly looking at it through the lens of how it would help your clients, right? And help them buy or sell or lease. And if we just go back for a minute to some of your history, there are some things that I find really interesting. Can you just take us back to when you were in school, before you even got into real estate? I hear that you were coaching in chess. Is that right?
In my background, I did a lots of things, but I came back from the technology and maths and science, right? So my background is math in industrial engineering. But when I was a student at university, I have a story, may you not believe it. There was a chess game there, and they choose people to go to the Brahma University to compete there.
Wow.
And I go to the coach and said, okay, I want to go to the chess, to the play in that game. And they asked me, did you try anywhere? I said, no. And they said, how did you learn it? I said, I read a book and play with my brother. That was a good chess player.
Yeah.
And she said, really, you want to go? That's a high rate in a university in the country. I said, yes. And said, you don't worry that you lose? I tell her, for any game, there is always the last person. I may be the last. I don't worry, I go. And I convince her, and we go there, and I get a second rate in that game.
Wow.
And after that, I became teaching to my other teammate and the other people, and I became a coach, actually, and spend more time there.
See, just like showing up today, that kind of bravery that you're going to show up whether you come in first place or last place, and then you ended up coaching the other students so that they could win in the competitions.
Yeah, that's the thing, You need to give something, you get something without experience, and if you are scared, you cannot do anything.
Exactly. You just have to try. So I really love that, because I think that how I see that connecting with your clients is that even if you see that they want to get the house for less, the house of their dreams, and you know that it's going to sell for more, you coach them, like those other chess players, on the strategy and the pricing that's going to win the day. But then you have the bravery to leave it up to them and let them have their own experiences of how they're going to show up so that they make the choice.
Yes, because it's the client, this is always they have a right? So they need to do it. Even you put their home for the selling, last minute, may they change their mind. They say, okay, after a few viewing, and even they have a buyer, they say, oh no, we don't want to sell it. So this is their decision, right? The last thing they said is a client. Or the coaching and analyzing is a thing that I like it. My whole life like to analyze things, and searching and comparing data. It's my background. That's the reason I show them the data, and they need to make a decision at the end.
Absolutely. Not every person is born to be a problem solver, but I think you were saying before that you love problem solving, and it makes sense that you're good at chess, and it makes sense that you have a math background. Problem solving is how clients get to a successful deal, because so many things can happen in real estate with interest rates going up and down, and different laws that affect properties, and even the mortgage rate rules changing, and what people can afford. How do you help your clients problem solve?
Every case is unique. You need to figure out any client that has a unique problem too. So if they're a buyer, if they're a seller, so market changing, randomly and a lot. So you cannot, sometimes you can predict the market, sometimes you cannot, because nobody knew that the COVID come, right? So
Right.
Some of the thing is unpredictable. But some of the thing is more moving in a range, and it follow the data, right? So, for example, we know the rate is coming down. 3 times it came down already to 4.25, right? So, and based on the data, we know it coming down too, right? Because already U.S. bring it down 0.5%. So we can tell them, advise the client, that's okay. If you need to know rate and the price moving in the opposite way. If you wait to rate come very low, the price will go very high, right? So if you want to buy it, you need to be in the market now. If you want to sell it, you need to be a little bit. If you don't need to sell, if you can wait, you can wait to sell it in a higher price. So every case is unique, and we need to check based on the client, right? Some people maybe need to sell. So we need to help them to get the best result that they are looking for.
Interesting. So you're always comparing the data with their own circumstance. And what I'm hearing is that, like, so if the rate goes really low, more people can get in the market. There could be, the prices could go higher because more people would be competing for that. So when you're looking at the data, like, if rates are higher, is there sometimes maybe it would be better to pay a higher rate because if you wait till prices go higher, the overall price is so much higher than you would have spent with a higher mortgage rate?
You know, so you need to show the client based on the calculation, right? So if you're in a market and want to buy something that you like it, we need to calculate, okay, if you buy it right now instead of 6 months later,
Right.
how much interest rate you will pay in this 6 months, right? Maybe 10K, something like that. But if you wait after 6 months, that house maybe go $200,000 more.
Right. So
Are you ready for that? So we need to just, based on data and the
Yeah.
number, show them how much you lose at the
Right.
end. With this rate, for getting mortgage in 1 year or 2 year fixed, calculate how much money you lose instead of waiting after 6 months and buy that house in higher price and deduct it. Which one is more benefit to you?
Interesting. So you're always helping them do the mathematical tally so that
Visualize,
they know
yeah.
visualize it.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. And then, I mean, how is it different working with buyers and sellers for you? Or is it different? Or is it's the same, they just have different considerations?
They always has a different consideration, right? Because one of them want to buy a cheaper price, the other want to sell at
For the
higher
most,
price,
yeah.
the most price that they can. So sometimes the most they want it's not realistic. We need to show them. Okay, in my background, my dad never want to sell the house. He loves the house and he make the house in back home. And always we tell them, sell it. He put a price that nobody can buy it because he doesn't want to sell it, right? So I like to sell the client house as highest as possible,
Yeah.
but highest as possible, highest as the market said, right? So we cannot just create a number that's not realistic. So
Exactly.
for the buyer too, sometimes they want to spend less money, they have a limited budget, then we need to show them that unit and the houses in that budget. We cannot go very higher, right?
Exactly. Because you're always working with your buyers to save them the most money, but help them come up enough that they don't miss it.
Yes.
And then sellers, of course, you'd like to get as much money as they can for their house. But if they wait, if it's priced too high, it's not going to sell, or it's going to be on the market so long it could actually sell for less because there's a perceived notion maybe something's wrong with it.
Yes.
So it's always working to their best aim. How have you utilized technology or marketing or your listed app to kind of help them understand what's best or succeed?
You know, the thing that I like with the listed is that's a reason too, because the client can have a easy access to the data and reliable data, not any data,
Yep.
right? Accurate data, so they can count on it. So when they said something, when I send the app to them and they just open it in the area they want it and check and say, oh yeah, this is the price, this one sold this much, right? So
Yep.
and they know the information. I give them the right information making the people make a right decision, right?
Absolutely.
So this compared to the misleading, the lots of data that is coming in internet and Google or the other apps, they find that the data that is accurate so they can make a better decision. I try to do that, and I try to give them the best service I can. So more information, better decision.
the better it is, because you can then have a great conversation about the real data. You know, people, it's hard to understand why there's misinformation out there. But one of the things we noticed was that, you know, it depends on the purpose of the technology. So we made Listed so that a consumer could have accurate, reliable data with their own agent. There's no ulterior motive. Like, they're not a lead, they're already your client, you invite them, you work with them. And I think what regular consumers don't understand or know is that some of these other sites or apps are meant to be like a hook, like something to click on or something to get. So the accuracy and the reliability isn't the goal. The goal is to get them as a lead to then give them to an agent or sell them or do something. And for us, that is so challenging because it makes real estate or any other industry that does that have a really bad name. So one of the reasons we so much made this app for consumers to connect to a great agent was so that you're working together. Because when they don't have you, like you enlisted, it's all about you two succeeding together. Have you felt that kind of connectedness with your clients, and has it made a buyer kind of find what they want more quickly, or a seller make a decision more accurately or faster?
Honestly, it helped a lot. The first thing that I can do is I know I can see them any activity they are doing.
So you're connected in the app. That's great.
Instantly. They click on everything, so I can see it, right?
Yeah.
So, and if they go back and back to the one property,
yeah.
the same property, okay, this is that they like it
yeah.
more, you know. They're looking what's happening to that property. I can see how they think, right?
Yeah.
So, and they find it very easily. And some of them, for example, if they go to the party or some places, then the other people are there. One of my clients said that they go there and the host say, "Oh, I have a house. I want to do. I don't know. They sold somebody some property close by. How much is that?" And she opened the app and said, "Okay, and they sold it this much." And so. It's handy. It's easy, you know. It's more connecting people to each other, and it's very fast, you know.
Yeah.
I don't need to send a lots of emails. So, okay, go please check your junk. Please, I'm there. Or did you see it? It go down. Maybe it's there, like that. Or nowadays the people are. Sorry to say that, it's lazy to read too, right? They want to just click, right?
Click, instant notification.
Yeah. It's an easy communication for them. So, because it's easy, it's accurate data, and it's reliable, and they can open it everywhere. They give him better connection, honestly, with the client, you know.
Right.
And any consumer, even some of them, just I give them an app to just check it and be in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
It gives better connectivity.
Now that's great, because I know that the more people that get listed and they're connected to you, the better off they're going to be, because having that trusted person who knows the market can take the data and evaluate and make the analysis to make a suggestion is great. So am I hearing right that at the party, your client was able to show off that they could get the data and then share it with the host
Yes, yeah.
and the other people that were there?
Yeah.
So that brings me to the point of, when we made Listed, we thought, instead of people paying for leads or agents paying for a postal code, we thought, if there's a person who has a great agent and they want to share a property or show the app, you should go along with it. So have you found, using Listed with you and your clients, that you actually have your client base growing, and that new people that you don't even know have now got your app because they're sharing it?
Honestly, I have few people that I didn't visit them yet. I need to, they are in my list of clients, but I need to figure out more about them.
Reach
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I
Okay.
don't know really the face to face. I never saw them. The
Wow,
information.
great.
Yeah.
So it's growing.
Yeah, yes, growing. It's really growing. The thing that I like about listed, I put myself in the shoes of the consumer.
Nice.
For example, if I want to pass some street and I see the sign there, right? Writing the name, send it to the agent. Okay, so can you please figure out how much is the price is how this property is listed? How much the other one sold? They don't need to call me. They just open an app and just they can figure out by themselves. Or if they find something that's they're having a rest at home, they open it and say, click it. I like this one. I want to see this one.
And instantly, and then you can get on that and book that. So you can take fast action.
Yes.
And get what you need without asynchronously. So they don't have to call you to get it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to call them to say that I booked it. You can put them all in a list and just send it to them and they have it. Yeah. And they get an alert.
It is great because I am not a phony person.
You're not?
No, I don't. Honestly, that's my weak part.
Is it text or email?
I phone people in a purpose, but it's not easy for me. Call, okay, hi, I am a real estate agent. I just do this, do that, It's good to do it if somebody can do it, but through the technology, it's much easier for me, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's really interesting that you say that you utilize technology to make the communication happen, because so much can move forward quickly by just using technology. But then you're also so great in person. So I know that you have been a trailblazer for connecting people in your community. Can we step back and can you share with me some of the things that you have done to actually create community in Mississauga, where you live?
A few years ago when I came to Mississauga, I'm living here a long time. When I searched about, for example, our community to gather, celebrate some of the days, or be in touch, I searched and I didn't find any organization. I couldn't see anything. And after that, I just want to put my kids in a dance class or, my mother tongue language for them. I couldn't see anything. I need to go to Toronto to do that.
Wow.
And I searched and called and nothing was here, honestly. And I figured out, okay, somebody should do it because there is nothing here. So someone should at least establish an organization or register a group so people can find each other. So I start searching and reading bylaws and the step by step, and I just become a founder of organization. I didn't have any experience on that one, but searching and data talk.
Oh my gosh! So I just want to. You said that with such humility, but I want to bring up. So you found that there was nothing here for your community.
Yes.
So being a brave woman of action, you created a whole organization for your community. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
That's
amazing.
I
think one person should do it.
Yeah, and you did it.
Yeah, so
I love it.
Try, yeah.
What is it called?
It's I found two organizations here: Iranian Community of Mississauga and ICANN Women Organization. So
ICANN Women Association
Organization and Iranian Community of Mississauga.
Great. And the Iranian community of Mississauga. Can anybody join that?
Yes, you can join it. We have a website and everything, all the information. And actually, we did that too because, for a long time, I go to Karasaga Festival, and my country was missing there. Mm. And it was a 35 years experience of Karasaga, but Iran wasn't there.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and I asked them and searched, so why it's not there? They said nobody came to put it there because there was no registered group in the Mississauga.
Wow, so
Yeah,
that's changed,
yeah,
and now
that changed
Iran
it,
is
yeah.
present?
Yes, and now it's the third year we present because 2 year unfortunately were virtual because of
COVID?
COVID, and after that we joined it. Yeah, so everybody came here. We have everything good life here, so we need to give something back to the society, to something. Some good part of our culture, our background. So this is diverse
Yeah,
city, right? So
absolutely.
yeah.
And it's so nice in a country with such diversity that you noticed the Iranian presence was missing, and you
Yeah.
created it and brought it to that, and that you created a place for everyone to come to. I don't know how you can be so busy with your job and then also have time to do that. And don't you also have two twin girls
Yes,
and a puppy?
that's and the puppy. Oh, the puppy is most important nowadays because that. So she never grow, right? So she's a certain age. The puppy is like that. Yeah. So yeah, I have two girls and my husband and the girls and the puppy. So small family, but. Busy, but everybody's busy. That's the reason the
Yeah.
app is helping, saving time, right? So, and they can figure out everything, even they don't need me that much for the timing. So they just communicate whatever they need, right? So,
Yeah.
it's everybody's busy life.
Yeah, so it's really wonderful that the app in one way makes you just more efficient, so you don't have to ask the questions that can clearly be discovered by a push notification or something like that. And then when you are spending time together, you're doing valuable things, like you're not showing them houses that aren't going to fit. They can tell, and then you have a fruitful venture. So are you actually finding that it takes less time than it used to find the right property now that you have this technology?
Actually, better because that's for sure. Because, for example, when they see the people, the owner buy it that price,
Yeah.
sometimes because as an agent usually you put the price down to be more
To attract people.
attractive. Yeah.
Yep.
So some consumers, first time buyer, they just nowadays maybe they know a little bit better, but most of the time they think, oh, they put it this price, we should go the same price, asking price. Okay, we know why they put it that price. We need to go higher. And based on the app, they go back and see, oh, they purchased that one, even very close to that price, or that they know, figure out, oh, 2-3 years ago they buy the same price or a little bit different. So it helped them to be more realistic.
I see.
Yeah. So and make a better decision.
Yeah, so what I'm really hearing you say is that you're kind of a price translator. When they first start, they think, "Oh, it's really 999,000." And then they realize, "No, that's really 1.3 million or 1.2."
Yes.
So when they make a list of properties in the app and then they see the price that it sells for and they keep missing it by a certain amount, that sort of helps them know what to expect.
Sure. And also when they see the same property in that street sold higher, and they figured, okay, so they put it low, they want me go higher, so they figure out the reality. Because, for example, they say the same property sold higher month ago, week ago, like that, and this price is a lot less, 30%, 20% less than real price. They figure out, okay, so that's the realistic data. We need to go higher.
Right.
Because the sold price is talking, right? So.
Yep. So one of the keys is understanding the right price.
Yeah.
Now, one of the other keys that I find so vital, and we talked about this morning when you saw the exclusive listing earlier.
Yes, yeah.
So clients can't make a choice if they don't have access to all the listings. So one of the great things is when we were meeting before this, you had a new exclusive listing pop up on the app and we were talking about it. And so I really want to make the point that you're with a great brokerage, Royal LePage Signature, that is a listed preferred partner. And so a colleague of yours' exclusive listing popped up and then you were able to see it and it's right in an area that you work in. And so we were talking about how useful that is. And it's not available on any other app. and it's fairly new. Is that something your clients are aware of, that there are these off-market listings that you have access to now so you can tell them about, or that your sellers can now have a choice if they're waiting to go to market about when they go to market or how they come to market?
I try to explain to them, one by one, that based on the case,
Yeah.
for sure that if that area coming something up, for sure I have access, easy access and fast access, so I can talk about them. And I always informing them that I'm looking for improvement. Anything come better for them, I try to get it for them.
Yeah.
And they can use it. And our brokerage is really great in case of training, accessibility, every time talking about the new things and whatever changing in the market. I think we are the first brokerage that will be informed,
Yeah.
by the office. So I always telling my client that we have access, easy access and fast access to any changes, and anything come out for them. And I try to do it for them.
Yeah, because it's really important that they're not missing anything when they're
Yes,
trying to make a decision. And that's a really good point. All the access that you have to how the law changed recently, how technology changed. You've, as realtors, faced so much change in the last year since COVID. First, COVID changed a lot.
Yes.
And then you had new real estate rules and regulations in many departments. And then your own real estate board technology changed. I know because we integrate with it seamlessly. So that's been good through Listed, that you can, as an agent, connect to your own board. But how have you dealt with all this change, and how important is it to be part of a brokerage that supports you when changes like that take place?
If you are not aware of the changes, if you do not update yourself, for sure, in somehow your client, your consumer will be affected.
Yeah.
If you're missing something, to protect them, for sure there will be a damage there, right?
Yeah.
So working with a great brokerage that update you and you have all information easily and as soon as the other maybe, it helps you to protect your client more. So
Yeah.
I do whatever I can to protect them. So improving my knowledge, improving my technology, access more to more information, I think it helps to protect them. And as an agent, so this is my job, right, to protect them. So I do whatever I can. And the brokerage helped me a lot. That's for sure. Whatever I get through the brokerage is amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's really important because often I don't think the client knows sometimes even what brokerage the agent is with, but because the relationship is so personal. But the empowerment of being supported by a great brokerage makes such a difference. For those agents that aren't with a brokerage where they get that kind of support, I think it's not clear how kind of dangerous it is for a person to work with an agent that doesn't have that level of support. Correct. Yeah. So, that's another of the reasons that we're here talking, is because we got connected because it was through a training through your brokerage. I think they had us on their Signature Live, which they do. Correct. And they have all kinds of things, whether it's mortgage or economics or offers or real estate apps. Yeah.
It's correct, because everything, even little changes coming to the market, we will be informed very fast through the email, through the meeting. The information is very important, the right information.
Yeah.
If some forms change and you're using the old one, it's not right.
Yeah, it's really amazing just how much goes on in the real estate transaction. Like, imagine your clients want to buy a property, you're in the middle of doing a deal, and you realize that the forms you're writing your offer on have changed. Yeah. You know, sure, there's training and everything else, but you're so busy. You've got your teenage daughters and the puppy and your husband, and forms are changing, right? And that's, again, back to the bravery. You just keep doing it, showing up and rolling with it. And how do you manage these challenges that come up for clients? And what kind of challenges are your clients facing that you've helped them with, or that you've helped work through or problem solve?
The misleading data is one of them, I think, major.
That's a big one.
Yeah. That's one. For example, even recently I had a client that sent me the listing that find it through the internet.
Yeah.
And the other app, and say, I want to see this one. I told her that's a fake.
It's not even. It's not even a real listing.
It's not exist. And I spent time to just explain to this is not exist. If, for example, in a building for 20, 30 floor, they just write a building number and say there is a unit there, 2,000, or for the lease or something for selling like that. This is not exist. And the misleading is a big problem, I think, one of them.
Just on that note, it's not like the information is just wrong. It's misleading on purpose, because they're using that listing to try and get a client, because they don't have their own clients. Yes. Whereas you, this is what I love about you, you're not calling up on the phone and saying, hi, I'm a realtor, can I help you? Because you've got all your friends and family and all the repeat and referral business that you have. You're constantly busy. So you're happy when they have the information, because you can serve more people. So I think that's really big, is the misinformation is purposeful.
Yes.
And with you unlisted, it's accurate and reliable, which is great.
Yeah, that is great. Unfortunately, it's happened a lot. And even they find it just something that they call it, oh no, sorry, it's gone. It's not exist.
But I'll show you this one.
Yeah, that's the thing happening. But, honesty is my policy almost. That I try to do whatever I can, as much as I can, in the right way. I spend more time to give them the right information. And even I pay for the app or whatever.
Exactly.
Or any other services that I can, so they get the right things. So I think that's the way we can do it, right? So it's not that much, but at least make a difference between the agent to agent, right? So
it really does. And it's interesting because trust is everything.
Yeah.
And it's so challenging in an industry that has high costs associated with it and high advantage. And so there are those people in the industry that it lends toward mistrust, because there's such high values at stake. Yeah. But that is the thing that I've constantly loved about you, is that you're just providing the information to let your clients get there and see, yes, I should listen to Ziba. Yeah. Yes, she was right. And that you want what's best for them. How does that come about? I mean, if you're being referred to somebody else, how do you build that trust? Is it just time and getting to know each other?
I think maybe because when I see something wrong, I tell them it's wrong.
Right.
If they want to, for example, insist to buy something that I think is not right for them, I tell them, okay, you need to bring the professional to check it for you.
Whether it's an inspector.
Inspector or things. You need to just do it before even put the offer. I am sure this is not suitable for you, but you need to make a decision, but you need to be informed decision. You know how much is this going to be cost you. What is the issue with this house, or why that one is better if you're not a people to changing or doing construction or something like that. it's not suitable for you. If you see something wrong, and tell them this is wrong, I think it's the first step of building the trust.
Right.
If you insist in something is wrong and try to sell it right, it's the worst thing happen.
Right.
They figure out one day. Doesn't matter it's today or next year or 3 years. That will be broken for sure.
Right. So you do everything to build the trust and
Yes.
never break the trust, whether
Yeah.
it's today or 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably why you have so much repeat and referral business.
Yeah, honestly, some of the thing when my friend asking me where do you get client, I said I don't know. It's jump in my hand. I don't know where that one come from. So just somebody send it to me, like that.
Okay, so did I just hear that right? Where do the clients come from? They just jump into my hand.
Yes.
That's not an accident.
Yes.
Okay, so you're attracting them. That is amazing.
Yeah, but they come to me.
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
things that they come to me, that didn't, honestly, some of them I didn't go to them. They send it to me. They come to me.
See, I think that's a really great measure for somebody. You know, like everyone, the reason I love that you're unlisted is that if someone shares the app or a consumer downloads it and they get you, I know they're immediately in a trust relationship, which is the first and best way for them to succeed. You've probably noticed this. The longer it takes someone to build the trust, the harder the process is for them, right? Because
Yes.
they don't get the real data coming in for them to make a decision until they're open to that.
Yeah. Yes, because, I'm not such a person to hiding the information, to just don't showing to them. No, this is the information. You can get it. You can see it. Mm-hmm. And after that, we can talk about it, analyze it. And as much as you can have the data, you can make a better decision. You know how many sold, how much sold, how much they buy it, how is it, how was the improvement, what they change. These are the a step of the making decision, right? So you know what's happening around you. Some people even don't know that's what is happening. So, but when they see, oh, I didn't know this much house sold in my area. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Instantly.
You know, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what are the biggest challenges currently facing buyers and sellers, or what do you come across that you need to help them with the most?
For the buyer part, sometimes it's making decision to come to the market.
Right, is the timing right?
Maybe it's a better time. I need to more wait. It's come down, rate is coming down. And we need to convince them, okay, if it's come too much down, the prices go too much high. So we need to explain it to them. And the other part, for the selling part, is if some people do not need to sell, we need to tell them, or convince them, okay, you need to little bit wait. Mm-hmm. Be prepared, but wait for the right time to sell it. Every case is unique, right? So even we cannot find a human be the same. Even I have twin, they are not the same. They are in different way. Mm-hmm. So the client and consumer are different too. We need to check what they need and what is the best way to help them to make a decision.
Precisely.
I hope that answers your question very
well.
That
does. Oh, no.
Sometimes I sell whatever I think.
I know you do. No, I heard that for buyers, timing is everything. Yeah. And for sellers, checking their heart for what they really want so they can have the best strategy to, do they really want to sell it right now or not? Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually really, really interesting to me. Yeah, because I don't think they can come to that themselves. They do need the help of a professional, and they need to know they have the right information to make that decision. Yeah. Some might not even know the decision that they're trying to make. Right? They think they want to sell or but understanding is that, do you have to sell or could you wait, or what are the benefits of taking action now or waiting?
You know, in this Royal LePage Signature, we have an amazing team that's like Chris and the others, that they talk with data, honestly, and the graph and things, and you just visualize it. I like it that they visualize everything. Oh my God, this year was like that much go high. And it make it, logic and explanation for the client too, and they just
Yeah.
encourage us, okay, use these data as much as you can, and they update it very well in a very good way. So we're using those things, their experience, our experience, the team. I don't feel that I'm alone, right? So I have a
Yeah.
very good team here that support me, and I use all of their information, all of their experience to help my clients. So whatever I get, I pass it to them. So to make them happy, I hope that I can it in the best way.
Okay, that's wonderful because I see that you have a team at home with your
Yeah,
loving
yeah.
family, which is so great. Then you joined a brokerage that is right on the
Amazing
ball
team.
with tools, and that must make your math heart sing with the
Yeah.
graphs and,
Yeah.
and the trends and where the
Yeah.
industry is going. And then I know that you created a community, for just life, not not for business or work.
Yes.
But you're also part of this exclusive and coming soon network. So you're part of a lot of communities that actually help your work. Does what you've done in the community you brought together outside of work also help your clients in that you're always aware of what's going on or who's buying and selling? Has there been advantages just in the fact that you're so engaged in the community that it helps your clients?
Um, if I get your question right, that how the community helping the.
Yeah, like you must know so many people and
Oh, yeah.
people talking about they're thinking of selling or they're thinking of buying, so that you're probably like a real connector, like the way the
Yes.
app works with technology. It's like
Yeah.
You're a mini human computer in that way.
Yeah, yeah, that's that. Yeah, I have a lot of connection, and I pass the app to them too. For example, if I have an event or something that people coming, even because I want to make it easy for them too, right? So,
Yep.
and I have saving my time, so, right? So, because some questions, something is easy, right? How much sold my neighbor? Okay, so come on, just click on it. It's easy, you find it, right? So,
Right.
these kind of technology, and it helped me to pass it information easily to the community that I have too, and the people I connected to. So, yeah, for sure, that's helping both sides. I helping them, they helping me. They give me the business.
Beautiful.
So yeah,
Yep.
So I always thinking about win-win. I don't like any lose-win, something like that. People should grow together, help each other, and the money coming, the services coming, you get the result that you wanted. But if you're thinking that you're helping the other people coming back to help you too.
Exactly. I love that. Look at how we showed up today. We're here today, and you agreed, thankfully, to do it, even though it's not your comfort zone,
Yeah.
because you wanted to help me because you love the app, which I love. And then I want people, regular consumers, to be connected to you so they get a great agent, because I really believe that's how you win the day. So just like you're saying, this is just mutually beneficial.
Thank you so much. You gave me great chance. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
And okay, one thing I wanted to ask you is, in terms of technology, do you consider yourself like a tech-savvy person? Because in terms of the app, we wanted to make it really easy to use, almost like social media, right? And is that what drew you to it, or where do you fall on that line?
Honestly, I'm tech savvy. Okay. So, but
Okay, good.
but as a tech savvy and comfortable with technology, I most of the time solving the other people technology problem.
Right.
So, for example, you cannot believe even installing Windows or something like that, the software, something like that I had a background to it. That's the reason I found that app so easy to use, because I see the people problem.
Right.
So I just send the link, 3 step, do this first, second, third. My name, your phone number, and done. Download it, do it. And people, even they are not very good with technology, they're doing easily.
Great.
Yeah, so I can use honestly, I can use the other app or other technology easily. But I wanted something for my consumer that it will be easy, fast, and they don't, they're not getting confused. They can do it easily. With 2-3 click, they have an app and use it.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I really appreciate that coming from you, because you could get totally complex because you have the engineering and software development in your background. And you know how hard it is to make something complex really simple.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you can explain it to them like that easily, and they have no problem.
Yeah, no, it's really easy. I just text them with whatever link I send it. I have a text ready. Send it back to them. Okay, do this, and done. and I see them. Some of them say, okay, for example, if some of my clients that I have their phone number and they want to download it, even they just trying to download it, I can see them and they text me if they have any problem. But honestly, I didn't get any problem.
That's great.
Yeah, to help them, they do it by themselves.
Now, one of the other things that we wanted to make sure that we did that doesn't happen for agents generally when they're on like some other app that they've downloaded or are using, we wanted to make sure not only do your clients stay connected to you, but you're connected to your colleagues, because so much about serving your clients is about having a good relationship with the colleagues that you work with. Have you found that useful in the app, staying connected to your colleagues or being able to reach them or reach the listing agent, especially now that you can seamlessly log in with the face recognition?
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so amazing. I just, with face, go to the, everything you needed, booking and everything was amazing part.
So you go to a listing and listed, tap the 3 dots, and you can automatically log in to TREB, or in your case, to book a showing or get the floor plans or get the brokerage remarks.
Yeah, that is amazing, because you don't need to have a lot of things with you, right? So just going or close this app, open that one, just everything connected to each other. Just,
in one place.
Just few click, 3 dot, your face, and go to the trap and see everything there. And even booking, whatever. Yeah, it's easy. And also, yes, we can just see the other agent, other colleague there, so their listing. Its connectivity is very good in both sides, honestly. Both sides
because the whole point is to help your clients get what they want, get properties sold, and help people buy them or lease them. Sure. Okay, one thing I want to share with you is, that feature where you could be walking down the street and you tap a button and the house pops up? I would love one day that everywhere in the world you could go, your clients could go, they could tap a button and see the property in front of them and be able to reach you so that you can connect them to the person they should be connected to get more information or to buy that property or to succeed.
Yeah, that will be amazing, because we can refer them the agent that in that area that they're working, and we know them, right? So
exactly,
introduce them to that kind of that agent that in their location that they're looking in everywhere. I really appreciate if it happened, because even I have a friend, she wanted to go to the Europe for they want to buy something there, and it happened. It's growing, right? People coming here, people going here, people like moving.
Right.
That's the thing, When you stay for a long time in one place, sometimes people, oh no, I need to change my location, even the country, something like that. So for sure, if that technology come and develop in that way, it will be great,
Well, one of the great... It will happen. It will happen. And
if you imagine it, it happened.
Exactly.
I believe in that.
I do too. I do too. That's back to the problem solving. Everything is just a problem to be solved.
Yeah. Somebody should solve it.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Actually, this week, The international MLS forum is happening, next week, happening in Italy. And I'm really excited about it because part of the reason Listed is so successful is because we recognized that the MLS is and has to remain our greatest source of truth, because that's where we get accurate, reliable data. So we just want to be a channel that's connected to the MLSs so that you and your clients can have this data. And now there's no MLS outside of North America, that's organized. So now it's growing, and we have interest from these other places who are learning and in discussions with organizations like the Real Estate Standards Organization, RESO, and they make data standards. So what's so great is earlier when you talked about your client getting the misleading listing that didn't even exist, less and less and less of that will happen, because right now that's rampant in other places. Like in Europe, you can, as a consumer, hire 5 different real estate agents to sell your house at the same time.
Oh my God.
Right? Like that's no good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no good. You really need a trusted person, and you need that relationship and accurate, reliable data. So I'm really excited about that. And I also wanted to mention it because many people who have a technology, who've started a prop tech company, have done it either to reach consumers directly and cut the agent out, or become a brokerage themselves and get consumers as leads to give their agents. And I'm not knocking that. I wouldn't do it. But what I feel for a consumer, if we're going to judge by how a person succeeds, they can't be treated like a lead. And they might think they want to do it by themselves, but they don't. They just are trying to save money. But every time I looked at somebody who made a choice to try and save money and do it on their own, they lost so much more. Either literally because the price went so much higher, or they didn't understand that they weren't really saving $40,000 in commission. They were losing $140,000 on the offer they put in. So I really believe truly that a person will succeed when they have a trusted advisor who gives them their time and attention and their honest advice with knowledge and the ability to analyze data, and helps them make a decision. Like 100%. So that's what Listed does. It supports that double relationship of the agent and client working together through the MLSs to make the whole thing work together in an organized way. What do you think about that? And is that why you're part of it? Or did you even know that? Because I don't know, I've told you that before.
Yeah. I like it to be a part of that because it's very helpful, for sure. And also the consumers need agent to protect them.
They do.
It's not because of the commission or just that one. Yeah, commission is coming, for sure. But if you want to just go by yourself and buying or selling, who's going to protect you?
Right. You don't even know if you have all the
every
data.
rule? Or the person is in the market, do they know every rule? Do they know how to check everything or negotiate?
Exactly.
So we are there to protect them. And even we're using the technology, part of the app or part of the brokerage. We can be without brokerage that, to this kind of brokerage, actually. That very, the brokerage with a great data, great team,
All the
back.
resources.
The resources, lots of resources. You can go to be independent or doing something like that, right? So
exactly.
But why we choosing this?
Exactly.
Why? Because we just want to give the better services, right?
To your client.
To client, yeah. Using the better brokerage, using the better app, using the better resources that you have to protect each step of the movement, right? So we are doing that because to protecting them. If they want to go them by themselves, they can do it.
Yep.
But there is no guarantee that they cannot do any mistake.
That's right.
That they pay for that mistake doesn't. You need to always pay for the mistake. Doesn't mean the money, the time, the result. Something will be missed.
Exactly. And even somebody who might feel, or maybe really is capable of making a decision, you can't make a decision if you don't have all the information. And when you're not in the industry, you just can't know all the information, So I want to thank you so much for being with me here today. And is there any last question that you wanted to ask me, or that you had about listed, or that you want to let your clients know about how you work?
I just want to make this point to say to whoever seeing this video.
Yeah.
That's a great app, reliable, accurate, and easy to download. And don't worry, it's free for them.
Yes. Because wonderful realtors like you pay for it to be free for them.
So using that information, it helped them to be more realistic when they are in the market,
buying or selling.
Yes, doesn't matter what decision that they make. They supposed to be realistic in the time that they are in the market. They cannot compare today in the last year the same day. They cannot compare today to the next 3 months. They need to be realistic and compare the data, the time that it's happening, and the information, more information, making the decision easier for them.
Yes, and earlier when we were speaking about trust and how it grows, you mentioned to me that trust is built through your actions, that it doesn't just happen. It can start with the introduction by somebody who already knows you, but it is actually built through your actions. Is that the timing of the market and how things change, and then the strategy changing? Is that partly how that happens?
It's correct, because, even when the time passes, years after years, the data is stay there.
Mm-hmm.
You can show them, if, for example, 2 years ago they buy that price, what's happening in total market.
Yeah.
And if the market is now like this, what's happening now, because the rate is changing. It was a recession that we already, they said we passed, affecting from the U.S. market. So we need to explain everything based on the real time.
Exactly. And so you have the data from the app, you're connected together, and then you have all the information you bring to the table so they can make the best decision?
Yeah. The combination of them, the app, the brokerage, amazing brokerage with the good data, and the market, talking by themselves to market talk, and economy. So all of them is a combination of the all, right? So
Yeah, we always thought about the app as a conversation between you and your clients about the current market changing, property price change, something sold, something terminated, brings that realism to the data of what's actually happening, so they can...
The good thing with the app is that they can see the time that the past sold, right?
Right.
They have a history of the property. So, this price was for that time, right? Not this time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they can compare with the other same property in the same location that was in that range, at least.
Well, thank you again so much for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.